It began with a violent shudder deep beneath the cold waters of the northern Pacific. A massive earthquake, registering a powerful 8.8 on the Richter scale, struck near the coast of Russia. This was not just a minor tremor, it was a catastrophic geological event, the kind of quake that has the power to reshape the seafloor and displace an unimaginable volume of water. The energy released was immense, sending shockwaves rippling across the planet. For scientists at monitoring stations around the globe, the data that flooded in was immediate and alarming. An event of this magnitude, occurring in that specific location, meant the threat of a far-reaching tsunami was not just possible, but highly probable. Once the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center confirmed the potential for a significant wave, a complex and well-rehearsed notification system sprang into action. This is not a system that relies on a single method. Cell phones across the islands buzzed and shrieked with the unmistakable tone of a wireless emergency alert. The message was clear and direct, informing residents of the tsunami warning. Beyond the digital alerts, Hawaii employs a more traditional and perhaps more haunting method of warning, a network of sirens. These sirens began to wail their steady, ominous tone. For tourists lounging on the beach or residents going about their day, this sudden, piercing alert was a jolt, instantly changing the atmosphere from paradise to peril. With the tsunami warning officially issued, Hawaii's emergency management agencies shifted into high gear. At the state and county levels, emergency operations centers were fully activated. Police officers began closing roads leading into the inundation zones, directing traffic away from the coast and toward higher ground. This is a monumental logistical challenge. Firefighters and other emergency personnel went door to door in some neighborhoods, making sure that residents, especially the elderly or those with mobility issues, were aware of the warning. Port and harbor officials worked to secure vessels or move them out to deeper, safer waters where the impact of a tsunami wave is less severe. For the people of Hawaii, a tsunami warning is more than just a news alert. It is a trigger for collective memory and deep-seated anxiety. The islands have a long and often tragic history with tsunamis. The immediate reaction for many was a surge of adrenaline and a sense of profound seriousness. Phone calls and text messages flew between family members, checking in and confirming plans. At gas stations, long lines formed as people filled up their tanks. Supermarkets saw a surge in customers stocking up on bottled water, canned goods, and batteries. People on higher ground opened their homes to friends and family who needed to evacuate, and community centers prepared to serve as shelters. While Hawaii was in a state of high alert, scientists at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center were in a race for data. To understand the true nature of the threat, scientists rely on a network of DART buoys. These sophisticated instruments are strategically placed throughout the Pacific Ocean to detect the passage of a tsunami wave in real time. The data that began to stream in was crucial. The readings from the buoys located between Russia and Hawaii told a surprising story. While they did detect a tsunami, the wave heights were significantly smaller than expected. Armed with this new, concrete data from the DART buoys, the scientists began to revise their forecasts. The new results were consistent and clear. The update from the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center came as a wave of a different kind, a wave of relief. First, the warning was downgraded to a tsunami advisory. For the thousands of people who had moved to higher ground, this was the news they had been desperately waiting for. The feeling across the islands was palpable. As people began to make their way back to their homes, there was a sense of shared experience and camaraderie. Strangers who had waited together exchanged handshakes and smiles. The sunset that evening seemed a little more beautiful, the air a little sweeter. The false alarm had ended in the best possible way, with everyone safe. This tsunami scare, though it turned out to be a false alarm, served as an invaluable real-world lesson for the entire state of Hawaii. The event demonstrated that the state's investment in a robust warning system pays off. One of the key takeaways was the validation of the better safe than sorry approach. In the world of natural disasters, caution is the only responsible choice. For residents, it was a personal audit of their own preparedness. Did their go bag have everything they needed? Was their family communication plan clear? The event prompted important conversations within families, neighborhoods, and government offices about how to be even better prepared for the next time. As Hawaii moves forward from this recent tsunami scare, its commitment to public safety and disaster preparedness is stronger than ever. The state will continue to invest in and upgrade this technology, The focus on public education will also continue with renewed vigor. Schools will keep running drills, and community workshops will continue to remind residents to maintain their emergency kits. Beyond technology and education, the experience strengthened the bonds of community. The spirit of ohana, of taking care of one another, was on full display. For the people of Hawaii, the ocean is a source of life, beauty, and recreation, but they know it must also be respected for its immense power. By staying informed, being prepared, and looking out for one another, they can continue to live safely in one of the most beautiful places on Earth. The recent alarm was a reminder of their vulnerability, but more importantly, it was a powerful affirmation of their strength, their preparedness, and their unwavering commitment to protecting the life of the land and its people.